it's the Vaping Queen. I'm back at Annette's Vaping Reviews. Today, what I'm going to be doing for you is a review on the Kylin RTA. Yes. Guys, I have nothing but positive things to say about this. I absolutely love it. I was going to buy one, and then someone from one of my subs got one, but she wasn't too familiar with the postless deck because someone told her that a postless deck is easy for beginners. It's not. I recommend a beginner never get a postless deck. It could be dangerous because there's so many different things that you have to watch out for, that you should be building on a velocity style deck for a while before you start changing over to a postless deck, unless you're somebody that picks things up right away like me. I just catch on really quick because I love doing stuff like this, so it can be tricky. First of all, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna ruin coils, you're gonna waste coils, because if you don't get, let me just take this off. If you don't get your coils, because there's no post on here for you to put your coils into, your coils go directly down into the deck. So, if you don't cut them exactly right, then you can never use that coil again. You got to throw it in the trash. So, I do not recommend this for beginners. Not at all. Please don't go to a postless deck if you have never even built on a velocity style deck. At least give yourself a good month under your belt building on a velocity style deck before you try and do something. But I know people that have been building on velocity style decks and still can't build on a postless deck. So it is very I don't want to say hard, but it's time consuming. You have to have a lot of patience. And if you're somebody that's going to flip out over the first little thing, then don't get a postless deck until you are so confident with your building skills that you're ready to do that. But if you are going to be ready to do that, then you better give it some time, because you might mess up the first couple times, and you know, beginners can really get hurt or, you know, put themselves in danger, because like the Kylin RTA, you have side airflow up here, but you also have bottom airflow. These coils can't be touching no metal to metal. They can't touch each other. You can short out. You can start a fire. Please, beginners, do not try to build on a postless deck. Just don't do it. Please, I beg of you. I feel like I'm always drinking a Monster in my videos. Alright, so I was going to do a build for you guys, but this build is actually, there's nothing wrong with it. So I'm just going to use this build. I'll wick it, and we'll vape on it, and I'll give you my pros and cons. I do want to check, though. I'll go over everything that it comes with. Yep, my coils are very still nice and snug. When I go in and just change my cotton, I still check everything to make sure everything's still tight. So when you open up your box, you're gonna see the Kylin right here, and it's gonna have a 2 millimeter tank, 2 milliliter tank glass on it. Comes with 2 of these. The only thing I wish is they would have sent another, 6 milliliter piece of glass, because now they gave you 2 for the 2 milliliter, but not 2 for the 6, but it's not really a big deal. I'm sure I have other glasses that would fit this. So you're going to have 2 extra 2 milliliters glass pieces. You get a little tool to get your screws out. You get a spare baggie with extra O-rings, screws, seals. You get everything in there. You get a 510 connection in there. So it doesn't come with this cap on it. This is an Ultram cap. I love it. I think I like it a lot just because it goes with my mod. But you also get this drip tip, which I also love. It's a Y board. And then you get this one, which this one is like an 810 or something. It's like, I believe this fits on like the, I'll tell you in a second. Yep, it's the same that goes on the TFV8. So, or the like aromanizer or any of those. So it's going to look like this when it comes in the, I can't get it's going to look like this when you get it in the mail. I go through juice too quick to keep it to a 2 milliliter because I'm constantly vaping. So you have your 2 milliliter tank like this, and then if you take that off, they do give you the chamber piece in here, which this all breaks apart like this. Everything comes apart so you can clean it. This piece right here is the chamber piece, but I can't get it off. And that's another thing with these. If you tighten this too much or tighten this cap onto here too tight, you're going to have a problem. Because this cap, if you put it on too tight, you're going to unscrew the whole thing. So just make sure you just don't leave it loose, but just don't tighten it like super tight. That's my opinion. So let's wick this up, and while I'm doing that, I will, and I'm going to use, I'm going to use this cotton candy. Cotton, I absolutely love this cotton. It lasts forever, and I just feel like I have so much stuff on my desk that it's crazy. I just feel like, I don't know, I just like it a lot. And I'm big on my cotton too. This is all I have left out of the first box, which lasted me like, I guess, I'm going to say a month and a half to 2 months. And this is what the whole thing looks like. So, but I'll be doing a separate review for this. So let me just get, and I'll show you guys how much cotton I'm going to use to, I'm going to use a piece like this thick. You want to make sure you get it the right thickness, and that's also because I'm using 4 millimeter holes too. So when you get your cotton out, the easiest way to do it is twirl both ends like this. If you try to twirl one end without the other, you're going to have a problem where you have it pointy like this. So then you just stick it into the coil. And pull it through. It's that simple. Well, this isn't going to work now because I don't know why it did that. Alright, that's okay. Guys, the funniest thing is I have these blue jays outside. The other day we were outside. I was just sitting because I wasn't feeling good. But my wife was starting to clean up to come in the house. And she was like, oh my God. She's like, babe, come here. And I'm like, what? And she's like, what kind of bird is this? And I'm like, it's a blue jay. It's blue. And she's like, well, I don't know. And she's like, I almost kicked it. She's like, well, what are we going to do? And I was like, just go get me a pair of clean garden gloves that has the ones that have the like thick rubber on there in case it tried to bite me. through it. So all I did was picked it up and put it in my backyard because I know that the nest is right when you go out my back door here and up in that tree. The nest is up there. It's always been there since we moved here. For some reason, animals love us. So all I did was picked it up and put it in the backyard. But when I picked it up the first time, it screamed and jumped out my arms. And then the mom and dad started going crazy. And I was like, chill out. I'm just putting it in the yard because we have neighbors next door and they're trifling. I hope you guys all know what that means. It means somebody who is just don't take care of things and don't care. Their kids would like torture it, or their cats will kill it because they let their cats run around. Well, guess what? They better realize that I'm getting ready to do my garden, and oh, I just knocked it over. And I'm putting weed stuff in there, and that's poisonous to cats. And let's see if they actually care. Because I told them, I said, I'm going to start catching your cats and taking them to the shelter so that they can find a home that actually wants to let them in the house. And it's just nasty, these people. So I was trying to save the bird's life because I knew the cat was outside. So now it's so funny, and I feel so bad for my wife because every time she goes outside, the bird attacks her. Not attacks her, but the mom and dad birds goes down and they swing by her head real quick. I was just out there today and the mama bird did it to me. And I was like, you know, I know you're only protecting your animal, but I was trying to protect it too by not letting it get eaten by the cat. But after we seen that one, the next day my wife went outside and she was like, oh my God, babe, there's two out there. And I was like, oh man. So I went out to see, and my little dog loves birds. Like, he thinks they're his friends. My little chihuahua. So, 1 second. So, what I'm doing is I'm just taking this cotton, and I can't do it like that. I'm just taking it and bending it and just sitting it in here. I'm not shoving it. So, you want to have it in there very lightly. But you also want this little, like, lip there. So that way your juice catches and it has, like, the place where it can... It really does help for you not to get dry hits, too. To have that little bulge there. You want to make sure this is full of cotton, but you don't want to make sure it's packed. You want to make sure you can move it around. Because if you pack it, then you're just going to not get good hits. And you're not going to get the flavor that this RTA is meant to have. And this RTA has one of the best flavors I've ever had in RTA. It's just about the flavor you get in an RDA. So I really do like this RTA. I really, really do. And the other thing is, you don't want any cotton sticking out of here. You don't want no cotton sticking out of there. So just make sure that you have everything right. I'm going to get my new camera this weekend. I got a new, like, thing, but I broke it already. So that is what it's going to look like, all wicked up. Now, I'm just going to... what am I going to put in here? I'm going to do... This I have coming up for a review soon. I'm going to do the spicy vapes. Oh, I thought this was, strawberry. Hold on. This isn't the one I wanted. I must have put the other one back. Huh. That's weird. Wait, let me shake this. I want to put something I know the flavor. I don't know the flavor to this yet. Because I didn't really vape it like that, because I'm doing a review on, I have 18 of their juices. So, like, they're really nice. They come boxed like this. See, I even got a monster one. Is this the strawberry one? Yeah. I hope that when I do this, I'm going to try and do it this weekend. And I hope they're still on sale. These are all kosher e-liquids. Ouch. It's the only downfall of having long hair. I did vape this one a little bit. Oh my god, it smells so good. And I like these droppers. They're really weird. But I'll show you in a minute what I'm talking about. And whatever you do, when you do wick this up, just go like this and pour your juice on real slow and then press your fire button. You want to constantly do that until your cotton gets wicked nicely. You want to pulse it. And then you want to go here and make sure it's nice and wet, which it is. Alright, I'll show you what I'm talking about. See the arrow on this? I really love that, because it's so much easier to wick your coils. Alright, so first you want to put this on. Like that. And then you want to put your glass on. And then you just screw this down like this. Actually, you can put this together. You can put this together, not on your mod. Just put it together like this. Make sure it's tight, but not too tight where you're going to break your glass. And then just screw this on. And then when you get that on, make sure your thing is closed in here. All the way before you fill it up. Can't believe this video is so long. And make sure your air holes are closed too, down here. So glad I'm finally doing this, because I haven't used this in a little bit. When I'm sick, I only use 1 or 2 mods because I don't want to get all of my germs on my mods. But I wasn't really sick, I just had migraines. My vision's really bad. Normally it wouldn't take me this long, but I'm trying to, you know, not rush. And anyways, when I'm doing these, I don't like to rush anyway, because, you know, there might be a beginner watching, and I don't like to make them go back and forth 50 million different times. So I just screwed that on, and it can be tightened a little bit more, but I'm not going to tighten it anymore because I already had it get stuck on me once. So you get all that in here, and you do get a user's manual. Please read it. Read the user's manual. So basically, like I said, it comes in a 2 milliliter or a 6 milliliter. This is the 6 milliliter. Something is wrong with my Wi-Fi, I think. Let me just wait and see if it's going to come up. Alright, let's see. Let me open this. And don't get discouraged if you see a little bit of liquid down here when you first do it, because it might be because when you were wicking your coils, a little bit got down there. It's fine. Just if you see it pouring out, then that's not fine. Then you got to open it up and do it over again. Alright, we don't want to vape it that high. Whoa. My mod got up like high, like 200. Alright, 80 is where I'm okay. Clouds are nice. Flavor is excellent. It gets so smoky when I don't have my doors and windows open. So yeah, guys. The vapor production that this puts out is just ridiculous. I'm trying to get a price for you guys. The flavor is phenomenal in this. So if you're looking for a flavor chaser and a cloud chaser, I give this both. Like I said, the only con I have for this is that it should come with 2 6mm glasses. The other con I have with it is that the paint does chip easily. Mine has a couple chips in it, but I might have done it. It's ridiculous, guys. I absolutely love this. And I'm so glad it's in my possession now. Definitely loving this Ultim drip tip. Much better than the other ones. And this juice is delicious. I'm just waiting for my computer. But I'll just tell you guys, I'll look for a site that has it. But it's going to be from anywhere between $25 to $35 or $40. I'm going to look for the lowest prices for you guys. I'm going to go into some of the companies that sponsor me to see if they have it first, because that's what I always do. And then I will link everything below, because I don't want to make this video like so much longer since it doesn't have to be. So, yeah, guys, I absolutely love this. I really don't have any cons with this. I really don't. The only other thing is that you have to make sure that you put this on a mod that it's going to sit flush. Because if it doesn't, you're going to have leaking. And I had put it on my, I'll show you in a minute. You know what, I don't really care if this video goes a little bit longer. I just like to tell you guys everything that I found about it, so that you guys don't get stumped if you experience that. I had it on this mod, and see how it's angled, like round? It wasn't sitting so flush on this. It looked like it was sitting flush, but it wasn't, and I was getting condensation or leaking underneath. I don't know where the fluid was coming from, but it was pretty severe. But ever since I put it on this, I haven't had any problems. Only like right after I change it and wick it. I like to wick it a lot, so a little bit of juice might get down here, and then once I open it up, it comes out, and then nothing else leaks. So it's all good, and I like my airflow wide open because it's really good. I mean, you can constrict it a little bit, but it all depends what kind of draw you like. I think if you're a beginner, and like not a beginner on here, but if you're still if you're still transitioning from smoking to vaping, then you're going to want a tighter draw, because you're going to want that cigarette draw. So probably, let me see, halfway. Halfway is going to give you that cigarette draw, even 3/4. But me, I like mine fully open. Help! I like mine fully open because the more airflow, I think the better flavor you get. So yeah, guys, you can get this also at, I know it should be on here. You can get this at www.vandyvapes.com. You can get this there. And I'm not too sure how much it is there, but I will put the link down below just because I think they actually have it on sale right now. So, I'm trying to get this thing out of here so I can recover my pages. But I will put some other links down below. You guys know what to do. Share the video, guys, so this can get out there to some beginners. And like, share, and subscribe. And check out my giveaway. I think I'm going to announce the winner tonight. So you have until maybe 9 o'clock tonight when I'm going to do it. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. And have a great day.